this up, I think about 3 or 4 days ago. I was playing around. I actually did a bit of a search on YouTube for a bit of a fun fold card that I haven't done, because I wanted to make sure that that's the coffee machine. Yes, I have a coffee machine in my stamp room. All I need is a chocolate fountain now, I feel. And then my life is complete. Chocolate fountain, some marshmallows to dip it into. But yes, I was doing some Googling to find out what fun fold I haven't tried. And yeah, it's good to push ourselves out of our comfort zone and not do sort of the same cards all the time. And I stumbled upon a Lisa Stamp Studio video, and it is the cutest fold. I actually haven't completed it. I love doing my prototypes with So Saffron, because I never use my So Saffron cardstock. So I'll show you the prototype. This is as far as I've gone. You ready? Oh, it's looking amazing. It's got a bit of a diagonal shift here. But then, whoa! Have you seen one of those? The mirror cards? Have you tried it yet? So we're going to play with this, obviously with different cardstock. And we're going to decorate it with designer series paper. Now, the reason why I picked this card was firstly because Lisa and Gina did it together and they were super cute. I watched their video. And secondly, this is the type of thing that we will be doing at the online stamping retreat. So not this exact fold, but something that's a fun fold card. So like the parameters are, you know, something that's a fun fold card that's easy. So it's good for whether you're a beginner or avid. Something that you can use with any product that you have in your room. So we can see this blank canvas here, our Saffron blank canvas. And the possibilities right now are endless. Like, what paper are we going to use? Well, whatever paper you have. What stamp set are we going to use? Whatever stamp set you have. We're going to be using particular products on the day, but you can just swap it out for whatever you have, because we all use, I'm pretty sure all of us use designer series paper. So just use whatever paper you've got on hand. So we really want to hone that in, that you don't have to have the products that we have. Hence, why you can come along in 2 days' time. Yay! So what's happening over here? I want to read all the comments. I'm going to make sure I've got my Facebook ones as well. Oh no, it's saying that I've got not enough storage on my computer. Quick, delete some videos. I've been putting some videos on my page and on my computer, and I think that's filled it to capacity. Let's see if this updates it. Oh my goodness, it's been such an unbelievably crazy week, but so rewarding. I have the best job in the world. That's all I can say. Now, Beveragino. Beveragino time. Did someone say merchandise? Craft hard, be humble. But what's happened to my other online stamping retreat mug? Well, this is what's happened to my other one. It now holds all my special products, my snips, my take your pick tools, my bone folder. So there you go. You can never have too many mugs, peeps. Just fill them up with all your crafting supplies, right? Yes! Deleting the videos has averted a crisis. Because we don't want to crash today. No crashing today. So I'm so looking forward to crafting with you today. And it's pretty much going to be what we see on Saturday for everyone else. And it's going to be so much fun. We're just going to chill, have our beveraginos, have lots of fun with Gina and Lisa and Bruno. Bruno has just got the most amazing project. Gina's, oh my goodness. Lisa, oh my, we've all got such good projects and they're all secret. Shh, no one can see it except for those of you that sign up. Okay, here we go. Ah, Lisa's got it filled with hot tea. What's everyone drinking? What beveragino? Oh, Rosie. Hi, Lisa. And Bruno's put the link for the online stamping retreat, so go and sign up. You can come back and Patricia, it's definitely not a man, right? Oh no, men can be multitaskers. But women more so. Women are very good at multitasking. So it is a multitasking mug. I like that. Oh, so nice to see you all. Yay! Water for Nadine. Carolyn's got some iced tea. Nice. Oh, that's great. Oh, that feels so good. I needed that cuppa. So let me show you. Now, one other thing that I did come up with, which I don't know if I saw this anywhere online. Well, I didn't do a huge search, but I thought, how cool will it be to have the normal size? So I've changed it into our metric size, but we'll work it out for all of you Imperial peeps that use the letter cardstock. But I've also got one here that is more like a slimline card. So I'll show you how to do both. It's the same principle for both, but it just, yeah, I thought it might just look a little bit different. Unfortunately, it won't fit in the envelopes that we've been given, but you could easily interpret it. I could show you how to do that so that it fits in the slimline envelopes that are still available with Stampin' Up. I'm sure the imperial size of that will work. It'll be fine. You'll be able to put it in the envelope. But inches is metric is always just slightly too big. It's always like, oh man, why is it slightly too big? Now, what's the other thing? Oh, it's saying, oh god, it needs to switch internet. So I think we're ready to go, people. I don't think there was anything else to share with you because I'm going to be sharing it whilst I craft along with you all. And the lovely Bruno can tell me if there's anything that needs to be fixed or anything that he reads. Because once I start crafting, you all know, I go into like Kylie craft mode and then I miss out on all of your beautiful comments because I get busy. I get really excited and involved in it all. So I'm just going to make sure that all of our Facebook comments are coming through okay, and that my microphone is in a good spot. Oh, I'm really happy with that spot. Do I sound like a podcaster? It's even on a boom mic. It looks so cool. Bruno came in last night and he's like, oh, you look like a podcaster. I'm like, I am. I'm a podcaster. Welcome to Kylie's Musings. Hello, Christine. Hi, Shelley. Oh, I've got all the Facebook peeps coming through now. All right, here we go. Let's do this, peeps. Whee! I got a bit of a shock before when it just went straight to my face. I wasn't even zoomed in properly because I had a different setup on my machine. And I'm like, oh, I'm live. I genuinely got a big shock. It's taken me a while to get over it. I needed a sip of coffee just to cope. Now, the simple thing with this card, like I said, it's a very, very simple. It's deceivingly, it looks complicated, but it's really not, which is awesome. So I'm just going to move my noggin out of the way so that you can really see everything you need to see here and get some good lighting that isn't having flashing issues. So what I decided to do was basically just get our normal size cardstock. So if you look at the cardstock, it's the full length of the cardstock in metric. So this is A4 cardstock. And then I just cut it at the normal size that we would have, which is 14.8. I think some of you have. I like to use 14.9. I know it's a bit random, but that's the one I use. Stop flashing, disco light. You behave yourself there. So that's all I did to cut it. But first we have to work out what paper we're using. So I'm going to need your help here because of course, typical Kylie, I've done a lot of different choices. And I need your help because there's so many beautiful papers. But one particular paper that I was thinking of using was, and this is where we can show, I want to show you how you can swap it out very easy. So we've got this gorgeous, I think it's Butterfly Kisses, this one's called, designer series paper. It's sort of been a bit neglected because it's in the 6x6, and I do a sample. I do a sample using this paper on the online stamping retreat, and I think it is actually my favorite card of all time. It is so cute, and I use the cute butterflies. And this one's quite a good one because if you don't have the suite, so say you don't have the butterflies or the stamp set and things that go with it, you can just do some snipping, which I have done a couple of times on some of these sheets, which I'm sure we'll stumble across. Yes, there's one there that I've cut up. But there's even bigger butterflies that you could use to cut out. Let's see. And then obviously the other side is like all these patterns. Yeah, I can see one here that I've, done some cutting. I did some snipping there. Oh, yes, I did some cutting there. Oh, some snipping here. We're getting to all our pieces that we used. Oh, good. Here's the back. Yeah, Butterfly Kisses. Excellent. So that's your first choice, which I think is really fun and whimsical. And then I would use the Starry Sky cardstock as the background. The other one that I was thinking of doing, which I haven't used a whole lot, is the Sunprints designer series paper. So we could sort of go fun, or we could go quite elegant. And these two are going to make the card look completely different. Depending on what paper you use, you can go fun and laugh, celebration, or wedding, maybe even sympathy card, get well soon, or, for the friend that's just a very elegant person. So either of those papers, lock in your answer. What are we doing, people? Are we doing Butterfly Kisses or are we doing Sunprints? Lock it in. Go for it. Ah, Susan's there. Hi, Susan. I love that sign. I've even painted my nails to go with no, as if I would plan anything. My whole life is called winging it. It's like, come on, Kylie, you can do it. just do it. Get it done. Oh, we've got butterflies. Oh, we've got Sunprints. Butterflies, Sunprints. Oh, someone wants to go. Oh, I think the elegant is going. I think the elegant's winning. Sunprints looks like it's going. Oh, Sunprints. I think it's a clear winner at the moment. Sunprints. All right, I think we've locked it in already. I think it's saying I'm the super minority here. Yes. Oh, good. Let's do Sunprints. Locked it in. So I looked at the cardstock for this, and you can see that the Starry Sky, although beautiful, doesn't quite go with this. It's the Night of Navy. So I grabbed some Starry Sky in case you picked the butterfly, and I brought out some Night of Navy in case you went with Sunprints. And that is the extent of my organisation today and the fold. The rest of it, you're going to see me wing it right now, which is fine because we've got all the measurements, we've got our base, we've got our fun fold. And this is to show you that, like any of the projects that we're going to be doing on the weekend, you can swap it out. It really, whether it's the Butterfly Kisses or whether it's the Sunprints, some people would say to me, oh my goodness, I would be mortified to not know what I'm doing. But you just use the exact same template. You can use a different stamp set. Just swap it out. It's really not, it's easy. So do not stress if you don't have the products. Plus we give you lots of samples as well to show you all of the different ways that you can use the fun fold. Now, did I get, oh good, I got Night of Navy here. So let's have a look at this beautiful paper. So firstly, I think we'll do our fold, and then we'll figure out what it is in all of your measurements overseas. So all I'm going to do is cut it to the size that I normally would have for my cards. If you have our card templates, which help me to work out measurements, it would be the Gorgeous Grape size that we're cutting it. So that's where we want to sort of get that same base as what we use normally. So that would mean, and this is what I love about my card templates. Oh my goodness, it makes me look like a stinking genius when I'm not. But that would mean that it's 5.5 inches that you're going to cut it if you're using Imperial. Isn't that amazing? Just like that. Yep, I know what to cut because I have card templates that interpret for me. Yes, they do international interpretation. They're not just a card template, they're a translator. Oh, yes, please. We all need a translator. Because cardstock sizes are different in different countries. Now, the next technical thing we're going to be doing here is scoring it in thirds. So the length of the designers or the cardstock here in Australia is a very strange size. I don't know who came up with this number, but they clearly were not a crafter. Because it's like, why would you do it that size? So it's 29.7. I know. Like, why? Why 29.7? Who even would do this to us, right? So for those of you who have the inches, because normally it's like 8.5 by 11, is that right? Your normal cardstock. So your length will be 11. So what's 11 by 3? They're the two measurements that we need. So I've got my calculator here. 11 divided by 3 is 3.6. So 3.6 you're going to be scoring at if you're in the US or anywhere, US and Canada basically. But if you're in anywhere else in the world, we've got the 29.7, ridiculous, divided by 3 is 9.9. So it's spat out our answer. So we're going to do 9.9, and that means we're not wasting any of this cardstock. You could cut it down, totally up to you, but I don't mind the 9.9. So then it will be 19.8. Yes. So 9.9. Oops, where's my clear button? 9.9 times 2. We're doing the next one is 19.8. I did the math. And then they're the only two score lines that we're doing. So 9.9 and 19.8. So that then we can have this folded perfectly into 3. Now, for those of you that have got the standard cardstock, so Canada and the UK, Canada and the US. I need another coffee. Then you need, you don't have the 0.6, so it's going to be, would that be, let's work it out, because you don't have the, so would it be like, I don't understand inches that well, but it would be like, because what did we say it was? Not 0.6. 11 divided by 3 equals, so who's got 3? If it tells me it's 3.6, would that be like 3 6 of an eighth? What would that be in inches? All of you peeps know out there, because you're smart cookies. Yeah, so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, anyway, someone will say it on here. Oh, Rosie, it is 6 of an eighth. Smarty pants. But basically you're putting it in thirds. So if you work it out, I feel like I can hear Bruno. So if you, oh, he's turning off the heater for me. Thank you, Bruno, because it does make a lot of noise. Craft hard and be humble. Stay humble. When I do projects like this, it keeps me very humble. Yeah, Charlotte's idea is very good. I would just use 3.5 inches and trim the excess off. Smarty pants. So that would mean, yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. Smart. Listen to Charlotte, everyone. So we're going to fold that and use our bone folder. Isn't it annoying that we all have different measurements around the world? So if you're crafting it and you're like, I don't understand why this is not working. I live in Australia and I'm watching a Canadian or American and my cards never work. That is why. Because we have different cardstock shapes. It's going to go like that. It's a little bit. You just have to check the Stampin' Up! Paper. I've noticed it always has a little tiny bit extra, which is fine. I would rather it have a little bit extra than not enough. But yeah, just check. Don't assume that it's exactly the size it needs to be, because it does sometimes have that little lip. Yeah, Charlotte likes easy measurements. I know, right? I like the 9.9, so all of you that are metric, I think it fits well. And then from here, we're going to be doing our little score. So what we're scoring is little diagonal bits here. So you can see that there's a score here, and they're quite easy to do. There's 2 different ways that we can do it. So you could actually use, if you have the scoring tool. Did you know, and some people don't know this, but with the scoring tool, there's actually a metric plate that you can put on top. So if you live outside of the US and the UK, it's really handy to get this metric plate, and it just sits, it nests itself on top. So really handy to get that. And that's a good idea. Bruno said you can watch Lisa's Stamp Studio and see what size Lisa does. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, you're so smart, Bruno. So the only measurement that I do here is I want this to be 5 centimeters. That's where I decided. But this is completely up to you. Hello, lovely Bruno. Do you mind? Oh, he's probably turned off the heater. It just takes a while. Sorry if you hear the blowing noise. I've got a pencil here. It doesn't do it automatically. It takes its time. I'm like, what is that? It's a cord caught in the chair. Okay, so we're going to go 5 centimeters, and I'm just going to use a pencil. It's actually one of the ones that Lisa recommends on her studio. And I'm just going to go from there to this join. Now, the reason why I'm keeping this closed, Lisa didn't do it like this, but I tried it like this, and it's too long on the trimmer with the metric size. So it wouldn't be like that for you in the US or Canada, but here in Australia I found this easier. Or just use your scoring tool. And so you're going from that 5 centimeter score line that we made to the corner. So that's what that is. And then we're going to flip it, and it should have a little bit of a faint line here, but just in case it doesn't, we can just make sure that it's accurate and measure it again. So 5, and then we know exactly where we're going to be scoring. So we're going from that 5 mark to the edge, and again give it a nice score. And I found that the easiest way, to be honest. They are going to be slightly different, like one will be in and one will be out, but it still folds fine. So let's just show you here. So you can possibly even give it a little bit more, like once you've got your line. Yay, the heater's off. You can see it's a little bit dark on this paper, but I probably can give it a little bit more oomph when I do some scoring. And this is where probably your scoring tool would be really good. because the trim is great, but it's not as deep a score line. Give it a really good push in there and see if that's, yeah, that's a bit better. Just needs to be a little bit stronger. There we go. Love it. Chop it. So that's that one. Now our other one is going to be from here to here. So exactly the same thing that we did on the other side. We're going to do again. So 5. And then we go from there to the corner. Give it a good burnish there. Score well. In fact, I think you can even come in. I did see somewhere. Yes, you can. You can use your bone folder in here if you wanted to get a really... Ooh, look at that, crispy. Yes, that's what we want. Look, it even came through to the other side. Get your bone folder out and give it a really good score, because now we don't even have to measure the other side. Bone folder, yes. Love it. Oh yes. I might even do the other side again, because it's really good to have a good fold. A really clean, strong, because we're going to be folding on that score line, so you want that to be nice and crisp. That was a cool little find. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone. I'm sure someone's done it. I'm just catching up with everyone else. Has anyone ever done this where they've used their bone folder in here? It's actually really good if you need a really good crisp fold. Do not do it with designer series paper. You'll end up breaking it. So that's our fold. Now, I did have a little bit of a play around. I was thinking, oh, can I do both backwards? But you have to have one backwards and one forwards. Totally up to you which one, but I think this looked better backwards, this first one. So you're sort of, pulling along that little line there and then closing. So you can see how it's just moving where you need it to go. And then you're going to just do a little crisp fold there. That's where our bone folder comes in really handy. So nice and simple, everyone. What do you reckon? You like the clever use with the bone folder? Oh, good. I'm glad that I can teach you something new. So someone asked, how far down would you do these fold in inches? So Kathleen, if you could go over to Lisa's Stamp Studio, I'll actually put the link. Bruno might even be able to find it for you online, the link to hers, but it really is just an estimate of what you like with your eye. I didn't have measurements in metric, so I just kind of looked at it and thought, what would I like? Like, how much of a diagonal would I like on the front? So you could go quite low. You could even do halfway. Like, there's really no, the only thing that you would keep in mind is you want a little bit of a writing space here. But even so, this doesn't have to be writing. Your writing could be on the back, or, you could pop it anywhere. You could have a little pocket. So I know this is not the answer that you like, but I'm just trying to give you the creative confidence. Just pick whatever number you like. That's what I did. I just went, 5 looks good. 5 centimeter looks excellent. But try it. Try different measurements. You could do 1 inch, you could do 2, you could maybe have a look at 3, see like, whoa, what does 3 look like? 2.5, but I think possibly 2 would look nice on your cards, because they're shorter and fatter. So maybe 1.5, if it's going to be shorter. Yeah, I reckon around 1.5. That's what I would do. But yeah, try 2. Try 2.5 and see what it looks like. See what you like. Now this one's gone backwards, so this one's going to need to go forwards. So again, we can come this side, because I actually find it easy to go backwards rather than forwards. So again, we're just pushing against it because we know this wants to go backwards, and you can see that score, that beautiful bone folder score. Oh, what a find. And again, we're going to Just really get that scored in there. And that is our prototype, peeps. Woo, 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 woo. So the way it goes is I like having this at the front, and it's going to come in like that. So now we're going to do the decorating. How are we going to cut these sizes? That's a bit exciting, isn't it? Right, we're going to cut into our beautiful sun prints as you all picked. Oh, I love this. It's so much fun. Yay! Are you all going to try it? I hope you give it a go. Now, this is the most difficult bit of the whole project. Which paper do we use? Which one are we going to use? I have to use that one at the front. Just have to, because it's so pretty. And what's on the back of this one? Because this is cool. We can do a little mix up of the back and the front. Now, this part here, I would like to be writing. But as I said, you don't have to pick this one as writing. You can actually have this one as writing because it's gonna be closed. Although, yeah, this one's showing up the top here. So this one is going to be whatever comes out the top here. So yeah, this one's your writing, or you could do the back. You could do this back piece as your writing and decorate all inside. Totally up to you. It's a good looking design, isn't it? Yeah, it's and so simple. Did you find that process simple? I think the hardest thing is just getting that little V thing in, but you saw it wasn't that difficult. I think you can all do it. Yay! Oh, I love it when you're going to have a go. That makes me so happy. Give it a try. Now, the best way I thought for decorating the front, we know that this is 9.9. So I'm going to take a little bit off, maybe 3 millimeters, which would be about, would it be a 16th? Yeah, about a 16th of, an eighth of an inch. Yeah, take off an eighth of an inch, whatever you decide to do. So we've got 9.9. Is this going to be the right length? Yes, good. Of course it is, Kylie. You know you love it, chop it. So we're going to go from 9.9, 1, 2, 3, 9.6, and so this is 14.9 to begin with, and then I think we'll go 14.6. What height have we got on this one? It is 14.9, isn't it? Yeah. So I'll go 14.6. Just taking 3 mil is going to be on each side. So let's have a look here and see if we like this. So it's quite a small layer, but I actually really like that. I think that it's tiny, but it's really making this paper the hero. Yeah. Now, we need to cut this little piece here, of course. So it was going to be at the 5 mark, but we need a little bit less, right? So we've done 3 millimeters less. So we're just going to do 3 millimeters less measuring along the side here. So let's do 5.3 as our measurement. Again, this is probably the most technical bit. You can use your ruler, and then we're just going from that point that we measured to the edge, the point here, and chop it. Now let's see if we've done that right. No. But I actually like it. I'm going to run with it. That's what I decided to do. You know what the difference is we don't do it to the edge. We've actually got to come off the edge a little bit. That makes sense. We need like 3 mil off the edge. So when you measure it, you've got to kind of do 3 mil off the other side as well. So if you wanted that perfect, which I know some of you love to have everything just as it needs to be. I understand. So that would be 3 mil off both sides, and then that will line up properly then, hopefully. Yeah, No. But you get the idea. I'll have to work out exactly how to, and that's where we'll watch Lisa. We'll watch the champion at action. But if I did it directly to this, it would be probably a lot easier to finish exactly on there, because then you're not doing any of this. And I'll show you exactly what I mean there. That would probably be the easiest way, actually. So cut it down. Cut it down. Then we go 5, because we're doing exact. And then to the corner. And so it just means it will be exactly to the edge, which, yeah, I think will look fine. But it saves mucking around with measurements. We'll go with Charlotte. Anything that means no measurements. So that's what we've got. Yeah. I think that is the best way to do it. So it's got a little bit of a lip there, but I don't think you'll sort of notice it too bad. And we've got that paper in the background, so it's going to have a lovely patterned paper in the background. The other thing that you could do is, say for instance in this piece here, I want to have a nice, I think something like this would be good to have behind. What do you think? That will look really good. Yeah. I love that buzz in the recording. Or is it my husband's headphones? So I just want to try this. This is another concept that we could do. I'll do 9.6 again, yes. Take off a little bit. And take off a little bit on the other side. And what you could do is come in here. We'll measure 5. And instead of cutting, I'm going to score this. Now, I won't use my bone folder idea because it would probably rip this paper. So you just want softly, softly. And because this is light paper, we'll just take off that little lead mark there. And what I'm doing here is, that means that this can sit nested in here. So that's another way of doing it. Rather than cutting each piece, you can have them sitting inside like so, which I think would give a really good optical illusion to it all. Don't you think? You'd be like, how? And that one's actually quite easy then, sort of finding a way to cut it all. It's good, isn't it? And then hopefully these pieces, no, that one won't fit in. It will fit in that way, but we want the other side. So anything that you're cutting off, you're sort of using in different sections of the card, which is very exciting. I really like this card. I think inside I'm going to have the stripe. I like the stripe. That will look really like, whoa. Because remember the front, we've got, I like that one there. And I like it folded. Do you like that folded? I really like that. And then we've got that. And then this. Although I like the other one better. Direct to top. Yeah. Look how gorgeous that looks. Ah! I love this paper. So we've got a little thing up here that we can do, which I think we can use this one here. Will it work? Might be the wrong way around. We might be able to only use it there. Yep. So we have to cut a few pieces up here and down here and up here. These two I want to be the stripe. I think the stripe will look really like, whoa, this is amazing. So I'll keep those together. Now, what we need to do here is we're going to go the same measurement, which was 9.6. And we're going to go for the 5 centimeters again. Should I do a little bit less? No, I think the 5 will be good because it will cover. Maybe we'll do a little bit less actually. We'll do 3 millimeter less and see what that does. Although then this will have to be 3 millimeter less, won't it? So maybe we'll keep it as is. And then we can have a play and see. I know what we can do. Yeah, I've got it, peeps. Let me show you how. This is the best way to work it out, right? So, follow your little lead mark. I've got to make sure I follow the right one. So I'm getting rid of the other one. Because I'm going to confuse myself. I can see it. I can see it now. So on there. Good. And then we'll go to the edge. Yes. Ooh, and one thing actually, you got to make sure that you cut it the right way, the right angle. We're fortunate because this one here, I think it should be okay. Or maybe we're using a different side. We are. It's chosen a different color for us. It said, no, you're not doing stripes. You're actually doing this. It's actually really pretty. But if you wanted to, and I think this would be the easiest way to do this measurement. Right now it's right to the edge on each side. But if you wanted it a little bit less, I think it's good to pre-cut it and then take off your little extra piece that you want to take off, because then it's going to sit evenly on each side. So let's just try that so we can see. Let's just test it. And if you wanted to, and I've seen this done before, which I thought was really clever. Lisa sells this amazing post-it tape. It's where we got the idea from. So you can go over to her section and you can actually just pop that there. If it's a really small piece and it's got a really fine line here, then that's the way to go. And it just keeps it in place, because when you've got smaller pieces, you don't want that to be moving around when you're taking tiny little pieces off. Oh yeah, that's great. I probably need a new blade, but it just takes that little bit of an edge off and gives it frames it really nicely in there. But you don't have to. That's just an idea for you if you wanted to do that. So we'll do this again, but we've got to make sure that it ends up the right way. So we're needing this to be larger and this to be smaller. So our 5 is going to be on this side. So you just have to work out what you're cutting. Just plan a little bit ahead. What is it? Measure twice, cut once. And you can see that that fits. You can see that that fits really nicely in there. It fits really nicely in there. How did you manage to do that on me? Oh, I love it. This is like so Kylie. Oh, what are we gonna do with Kylie? This is what you come for, isn't it? This is why I don't put, Lisa said to me, you should put that it's educational, you know, how to. And instead I'm like, nah, I put that it's entertainment. People aren't here to learn from me. They're here to be entertained. So there we go. But that's good to know, isn't it? That you can just go from here, because we've already cut the angle. You actually can just cut it from here and voila, you have another piece that you need. So that, you know, sometimes mistakes turn into a really good thing. Kelly, I love Kelly. I love it. You just got to laugh at yourself, everyone. Have a good laugh. You can all laugh at my expense. Now, this one's going to be quite challenging. This one's going to be really interesting for me to do. This is where we get the piece here in the middle. So I think actually what would be the best thing for me to do, this is Kylie just trying to find a foolproof way of making sure she doesn't make a mistake. But I think the foolproof way for me would be to actually use the lines that I have here already to mark exactly where I need to cut and remove. So we've got here, hi Bruno Bertucci.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so if you're going to use 5 centimeters,
Yeah.
it would be best if that was started off as the full width of the cardstock. So then you cut the angle.
I've worked it out now. Did you see I worked it out?
Well, there's a 30-second delay.
Ah, okay. So if we go from there, we figure it out eventually, which is the exciting bit. Okay, so I've got my 2 marks, which I used as a guide on here, okay? This is what I feel like is going to be the easiest for me because then I know which way I'm cutting. So I'm cutting from here to the edge. There we go. And then we're cutting from here to the edge. Good. And hopefully we have a little bit in the middle. Da 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 da. Yay! We get there in the end, everyone, don't we? I really like this. So I do want it to be a little bit smaller though on these edges. Or do I? Am I going to play with it, everyone? I mean, I can see here it's slightly out on this side. But all of you will measure twice. Don't follow my lead and just wing it. You will measure nicely along here. But yeah, I do feel like it needs a little bit off the edge. Because I'm on the edge of glory, as Gaga would say. Oh, I really do need a new blade. Look at that. Oh dear. Let's do a little bit more. I gave myself a bit of room, but this time I'm going to go downwards because I very rarely go down. I only go up. So just a tip, if you just use one way, I always go up. And if you always go up cutting, you can either pull it off and then flip, and then you'll have the other side nice and sharp, or just start using the opposite direction. And for those of you that, because some people were saying, oh, my little thing keeps flipping out. For those of you that keep having the issue with it coming out, it's because you're a down cutter. Did you know that? If you cut down, then that's what it's going to do. Yeah. That's the issue with down cutting. I figured that out because one of the girls in the team, I think it was you, Megan Lacornu, weren't you saying, oh, I'm getting like issues with it jumping off? And I think that's what we figured out. Okay. So I think we're ready to start compiling, aren't we? Ready to start gluing. The only piece I think I need, anyway, I'll do all the pieces that we do have. We've got the front. We've got these 2 pieces. I think the only one that we've got left to do is this one up here, which I think we can do another one of these. So if we have, remember, measure twice, cut once. If we have, do as I say, not as I do. So I think if I do this, it should actually work. Eventually I will get the hang of the direction of everything. We'll see if I can do it this way. Oh, will I get it the right direction? It's a 50-50 chance, everyone. Here we go. I think I did it, peeps. I think I did it. I think I've worked it out. Yeah! We can all celebrate together. Yeah, I love learning. I have no shame in learning. In fact, I think learning is just the best ever. But look, oh no, that's right. We tried to do that one, but it didn't fit. We could do that side, but I don't. Oh, maybe we can add that one in. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Although it's not the other side of this. I think it would be cool if it followed through. If it was the follow through. Is this the follow through? Ooh, it is. So that would be handy. You can just use that same one. Or you can do what I did over here and just do the fold. That would actually be easier. I think that would be way easier. Just to do the fold rather than cutting. And in here, you could possibly even do like that sheet of paper in the middle. Do no cutting and just do all the scoring. So that's another concept. All right, let's glue, peeps. Get out your green glue. I've got like my little mini green glue too. Have you got a mini green glue? Got my mini green glue. Oh, hello, little baby. Have you got yourself one of these little mini pins? Because they're still available. I think Bruno said we've sold out of... Which one were we sold out of, Bruno? It is coming. But yeah, if there's one in particular that you really want. I think we got the mini scam and the stamp pads back. Look at the snips! So cute. Yeah, Bruno will pop up the link if you want the pins. You can get them worldwide. Everywhere in the world. I know. Celebrate good times, come on. Oh, this is feeling very empty. Oh yeah, it's got a little bit left. It's got some more juice in the tank for us. So on the weekend, Lisa and I have a different way of doing our lives. Lisa is very, very, like when you go over to her page, you're going to see it. But she's super duper duper organized. And she very rarely looks at the comments, and that's just the way Lisa does her lives. So when Lisa does online stamping retreat, she's a lot more relaxed, looking at all your comments and, you know, sort of doing things the way that I do my lives every week. But for me, I become more like Lisa on Sunday. And I get myself really, really organized and have everything done that I need to get done. I still do chats, of course, because I can't help myself. I still want to chat along with you all, but I'm very organized. No winging it on Sunday. Sunday is like professional but fun, Kylie. But I'm sure something will happen. It's just got to happen, right? Maybe some coffee spilling all over my desk. We never know what's going to happen on a Kylie live. But yes, I'm a lot more organised for my project on the weekend than I am for this. But hopefully I make you all feel that it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay that if we just wing it, if we just play along and like just to have a play. We don't have to know everything, and I don't know everything. I'm constantly learning, and challenging yourself, I think, is the key. Because if we just stay stuck in the same old, boring, got to challenge ourselves creatively, right? Oh, yes. This is such pretty paper. I'm so glad you all chose this. It's so elegant. It stuns us, as Jessie would say. There we go. And I'm just a bit unhappy with this little bit. I'm just going to snippy this. And I promise I'll change my trimmer blade as soon as we finish. Because, yeah, it's got a little bit of residue sitting on here. This is where our beautiful snips come in so handy. No one will know. See, look, I just shaved it off. But I don't want to stick it down when it's got like little white hanging off bits. Ew. Who wants white hanging off bits? Not me. When you have the right tools, tell you what, just makes you a professional. think a professional crafter is not someone who gets it perfect every time. It's just they know how to pivot when they make mistakes. That is a true professional crafter. Making a mistake and being able to not throw their card in the bin, but just adapt and go, no, it's okay. We're moving in a new direction now. Ooh, this is feeling a bit tight here. Anyway, let's have a little play. Look, it's catching here. No! We might have to rip this off. See, I said it in good timing. We have to do this one again. Look away, everyone. Look away. I know it's painful to hear this ripping sound, but no one is going to know except for all of you watching. How many are watching? 125 of you. And anyone who watches the replay. I actually really, really need, you know what I need in here? Someone told me about this. Dental floss. Was it one of you girls that told me about dental floss? You apparently can lift it off from underneath. See, maybe I should have let Bruno cut this for me. Sorry, Bruno. Shh, look away. No one's going to see it. Shh, don't close your eyes, everyone. No one's going to know. It's okay. It's okay. So maybe we'll get Bruno's professional opinion for this one. Are you there, Bruno? There's 30 seconds delay. We'll let Bruno cut this piece. He will tell us exactly what to do. So I think I definitely want to do the 9.6. He's like, don't cut anything until I get that. And then we definitely want... So I want it to go here. So it's definitely 5. Lisa made this look so easy. No, it is easy. It actually is good. So this one here, we could even go a little bit lower just in case. But no, we'll do the 5 because otherwise it's all going to go skew-if. 1. I can do this, everyone. I can do this. And then we want it to go from here to here. So yes, it's definitely 5 there. We've got it, peeps. We've got it. And then we go from there to there. Now, I think my biggest issue, and what I'll do here now, is with this here, it just needs to be a little bit smaller enough because what it was doing was grabbing in that fold. I think this one's going to be okay. Don't know what I did with the other one. But that, yeah, that looks good. Let's go for it, peeps. I don't know what I did on the last one. But practice makes perfect, right? Oh my goodness, I stinking love it. Where's it getting caught? Oh no, where? It's just here. Just needs a good fold. Maybe that's what was happening. Maybe it was the paper that needed folding. Oh my goodness. We did it! Yay! Oh, that's so good. I really like this.
I cut it.
Oh, did ya?
Already.
I did. Oh, look at you. Let's have a look at Bruno's. Oh, no, it's kidding. I should go like this. Oh, you got it wrong, Bruno. No, he got it right. Of course he did. It's perfection because he's a champion. Bruno's the champion. But we did it, everyone. I love, love, love this card. And I just think, like I said, any paper that you use will be absolutely gorgeous with this card. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually add some ribbon if you wanted to sort of secure it all down. Or a belly band, actually. A belly band would be perfect with this. Just because it does have a little bit of bounce to it, especially because I added this fold here with the paper. So you could do that. And then on the belly band, we can have something pretty on there What do you reckon? I do want to do the back because that looks really... Oh, we could do all of the back. Then we'll get really good practice, won't we? Oh, second time's almost a charm. Yes. Well, you know, this is brand new for me. So I think every time you do something, if you're doing it a couple of times, it's just going to keep getting easier and easier every time you do it. So, yeah. Is this the start of the retreat? Wouldn't that be fun? Oh! No, it's in two days' time. 2 days' time. In fact, in 2 days' time, we'll be almost finished with the retreat. Can you believe it? So let's see what we've got for this side here. I think we've got a piece here that I've already cut. Ah, look at this. I think that looks good. I mean, there's a big cut there, so maybe not. I want to use this one. So we'll do our usual cut. Couple of millimeters less. And do we want to do... Yeah, we'll do the fold again. So I'll do that. And then we do the fold, which is, remember, measure twice, cut once. So we want the pencil mark to be on this side. That's what I'm learning. What side does the pencil mark need to go on for the scoring? So if we go here and I do 5, and then I do my score. Now I'm just going to go a little bit, which way would I go? I would go a little bit this way because we've just taken a little bit off. So that might be a good way of doing it actually. Get your pencil line and then go scoochy over just a tiny little bit. We'll see if that works. And here we'll do our burnishing just to get that nice and crisp. Oh yeah, that's snug as a bug as a rug. Yeah. So that's a nice way to do it. I like that. But you know, you can cut and then yeah, use this on the other side, or so then you can do a bit of a flip. So let's... Don't look at this side of the paper, everyone. It's so pretty though. It's so pretty. I can't glue it. No, just look away. It's sacrificing itself for the greater good of this project. Thank you for your service. Thank you. I'm going to buy another one of you so that I can use you again. It's really okay. I think psychologically Stampin' Up might have to just do one-sided paper so that we can all emotionally cope with gluing it. I just can't do it. I can't glue it down. That's what we sound like. I can't. It's just too painful. There we go. And again, we're going to measure twice, cut once. In this case, measure once, measure twice, score once. So this side here is what we need for our scoring. Ah, I like this little theory here. So we just lean it up. Get our little score, our little pencil mark, and then we want to just come in slightly because we've just done a little lip. And there we go, and then we fold this one. Get the bone folded a really wee. Score that in. Ah, we're cooking with gas, people. But don't speak too soon, Kylie. The moment I get too confident is the moment everything comes crashing down. Oh, bye, Lisa. So good to see you on here. See you on the weekend. Well, I'll speak to you before the weekend. But thanks for coming. She'll be like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do with a problem like Kylie? No, she knows what I'm like. Oh, new glue, everyone. Woo! Do you get excited when you open up a new glue? I feel really accomplished when I open a new glue. And if you don't celebrate new glue, new dimensionals, then you should. You should have a little happy dance because it means that you are crafting. You're using your stuff. And that is to be celebrated. Because, you know, sometimes we have a little bit of a hoarding tendency. Oops, no. People! I stuck it on the wrong side. See what I mean? This is so Kylie. You can't make this stuff up. You seriously can't. How did I manage to do that? Oh, you got to laugh at yourself. No, I don't want it there. Yes, I'm on a roll, everyone. But I better not speak too soon because it's all about to go pear-shaped. Boom. Oh, stinking. So funny. I hope you really do get entertained by this stuff because, you know, if not, just move along. My show is not for you. If you like perfection, this is not your show. Okay. Measure twice, cut once. Let's turn here. Poor Bruno. How does he live with me? Seriously. And he's so good. He's such a perfectionist. He'll be like cringing in the other room. Having a laugh. Nope. Oh, I forgot the wrong one. Yes. Second guessing myself now, peeps. Have you all been there? Once your spirit is broken, it's just second guessing from here on. I want to go that way. Yes. We've got this, people. Concentrate, Kylie, concentrate. Yes. Okay. And we're gluing this side. Oh my goodness. Kylie Bertucci. And don't worry, that other piece will still get used. Somewhere. Somehow. In some capacity, he will return. Yes. Oh, man. Too funny. I think I just have to own the fact that this is Kylie. Look at this. How did you get snuck in there? Get out of there. Oh, looks so pretty. And we have to do the middle. Because, yeah, we just have to. Even though it's going to be challenging, we're up for the challenge. So, if we go... I don't want that colour, though. Maybe if we do... What was the other piece that we used accidentally? It was on the back of the stripy paper. I was going to use the stripy, but we ended up using that, didn't we? So let's just bring it all in. Let's bring it all in. Bring it home. So remember, I'm just doing it a couple of millimeters smaller than the size of this. So it's got like a little tiny edge to it. Now, measure twice, cut once. Measure twice, score once. So we'll do each score together. So we've got score 1 point. And I'm just going to come in a little bit less than where I've marked because we've cut it a little bit less. Okay, that's 1. Have we done it right? Yes. Look at this. Checky check. And then we'll fold it back on itself. Yes. Now our other side, we need to go on this side measure. So again, we get our 5 or whatever it is for you in the US and Canada. It might be 1.5 or 2 or whatever you like. And then we find that mark and just go a little bit less there. And this is going to go backwards. Okay. Moment of truth, peeps. Yes. But it's not over yet because we've got to actually glue it on the right side. Although that would still be lovely, that side. Although it would be the wrong way. So glue on the right side. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Now I'm just trying not to put any glue on that score line, because if you put the glue on the score line, it might play up with the folding of the card. Okay. Oh, can it just fit any more like a glove? See? Practice makes perfect. Well, practice makes better. I don't like perfect because, you know, I'm never going to be perfect, but it does improve things. It improves it when you play. Oh, wow. I would be very happy to get this card. And I do like it being decorated on both sides, because you could actually even have like another piece here for writing if you wanted to. Totally up to you. But let's do a belly band. And I have a very, very simple way of doing belly bands. It's very technical. Really, really like technical. Should we do a really big belly band? I don't want to hide that paper though, because that paper's gorgeous. So let's do maybe about 3 centimeters, which would be about, I don't know, 1.5 inches or so. Ah, it's about 1 inch actually, a bit over 1 inch. 1.25 inches. Yeah, I like that size. And this is my technical belly band. You ready, everyone? Oh my goodness, I do so much scoring and folding because I just go like this. Whee! And then whee! And that's it. That's my belly band. And then I glue it. And then it's good because if I do all this scoring and I try and like get it really accurate, I've done it before where I used to do it like that. And then I end up making it too tight and then it's too difficult to get off. But I find by just flipping it like that, just by hand, it actually is so much better. It gives it like really good wiggle room. And I do like it having this sort of long overlap because it just makes it really sturdy then. So then you just do this very technical gluing here. Being careful not to put it on your project, of course. Whee! Squiggle, squiggle. As I said, very technical. Bruna will be like, oh my goodness, green glue on your project. Oh, this is a disaster. Yeah, it is a disaster waiting to happen. I'm living on the edge, peeps. Living on the edge. So you can see here, it's got a really nice, so you don't want to pull that too tight. Let's hope you do yours, Shelley. Great minds think alike. So that's a little belly band. What are we going to add to our belly band? You know what I think would be really good to add? And I'm going to do a bit of a tidy here, just so that you can have a nice clean space to see everything. But I think it would be really fun to use the Perfect Partners. Is it the Perfect Partners dies? Who has got them? Because they finish at the end of this month. You're going to miss out. Don't miss out. If you haven't purchased them, you need to stat. So I've got this beautiful stamp set here. So don't think that you have to have the matching set, because I really love these images in here. And I might want to use a different sentiment which I can now because there's no sentiment in here. Now, where did I put my perfect partners? Here they are. So these dies are only available until the end of the month. Once the end of the month comes, bye-bye. You cannot get them. And I really, really love this particular set here. This one is just so pretty. So, so gorgeous. So we'll see if it fits okay. It might be a little bit too big on this belly band, but we'll see. I think we can make it work because it will sit like that. I think that will be good. And then we can just, yeah, lift from the sides. I think it will work. And we can do a tiny, like we'll choose a really tiny sentiment. Or we could even go here, sort of to the left a bit. It will be like this. And then do it white emboss, do a tiny sentiment there. Because it won't need much. Or cut it out and put it on top if you want to do the center. We shall see once we do this cut out and stamping. I feel like I've got a frog in my throat. I'm just going to clear my throat for that's better. Don't you love the beauty of muting? You don't need to hear that. It's from all the talking. As Jessie says, Kylie Bertucci could talk underwater. And that's how she says it too. And it's very true. That's why I'm made for this job. Talk underwater. Oh, good. Elaine does her belly bands that way. Oh, that's nice, Cynthia. Thank you. Actually, I'll do it this way round. Actually, we've got to check. Oh, the USB's still working. Good. So I wonder if the microphone's still working because I've realised I didn't do the lifty thing that I needed to do before the video. Piece of wonderful basic white. And we'll get our grid paper out. I do love my mini grid. Do you like your mini grid? It's my favourite go-to backdrop. And voila. Like so. Oh, look at that. That image is just spectacular. Now, how are we going to colour this? I feel, and I grabbed these before, some nice smoky slate and some Night of Navy. I was actually going to do the flowers in smoky slate, but I'm actually feeling like I'm going to do it the other way around. I'm going to do the leaves in smoky slate. And what I like to do with my blends, and you don't have to do this, but this is how I like to do it. Everyone has a different way of doing things, and that's okay. We're all different. So what I like to do is get the dark, and then I just come around along these edges here. And I'm sort of imagining, because this is the curled up piece of the flower underneath here. So this is going to have a little bit more shading than, say, the other side. For me, anyway. I probably have it the other way around, but you know what I mean. You do that. Okay. I was going to do it in Night of Navy, but I changed my mind again. It's back to the smoky slate as the flower. I actually like it. So again, bring it in. It's my prerogative. I can change my mind. That's what I do. So yeah, this bit here down below, you can bring in more darkness. And it looks terrible right now, right? You're like, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? This looks so bad. Like, that's the thing with blends, is you're like, it just doesn't start off the best. And you're wondering, is it going to work out? But stick with me. And if you have some blends, just stamp an image. It's a really great thing to do, like when you're watching telly. Just have some images that are already stamped out and just do some colouring. I know of some mums that go to like their kids' sports games, and I've seen them colouring in. I think it was Michaela Tithridge I saw while she was in Italy. She had the most stunning view and she was just sitting there colouring. And it was such a great, I thought, what a brilliant idea. I could never think, I just think that would be just the most beautiful, relaxing thing to do. So now we're going to bring in our light. And what we're doing is we're blending, and that's why they're called blends. So if I just colour, this is going to look ridiculous, right? So you can see a really big line here. Oh, wow, my throat's really funny today. I need some food. But if you really sort of squish this in, like keep blending in, that line will actually disappear. Isn't that incredible? They're just the coolest pens. But what happens is it creates this beautiful, you can see that light and dark look that it's creating. It's just so pretty. You can see here this has got a little bit of a line. So anywhere there's a line, just keep going over the top and it will blend away. It will move that line and it will just blend in together. I think I will actually colour over the top of that and do the whole thing. I'm going to do it a different colour, but I don't really want to introduce a new colour, so we'll just do the whole flower. Oh, stinking amazing. Isn't that beautiful? So you can see it's starting to really dry and take on that beautiful colour. So there's a little bit of left over here. So once it dries, you can see maybe where you need to come in a little bit more to blend it in. That's the thing, you can just keep going, because if you use watercolour on here, it will waterlog the paper and it will eventually tear and rip it. But because this is alcohol based, all that's going to happen is you're going to have this in the background, but it's not going to waterlog your paper. It's just going to keep blending and looking gorgeous. Yeah. Oh, Nancy's laminated a grid paper. What a clever idea. That is very, very smart, Nancy. So is there anyone out there who hasn't purchased the blends or has the blends but feels inadequate using them? Like, is there some of you out there that, you know, you sort of think, oh, I just can't work it out? Because I'd love to be able to help you, because it's just such a great colouring tool that it would be sad if you're missing out. And like my card, practice makes perfect. The best way to learn is to do it, just to try. Oh, so pretty. Oh, Cynthia, you know what is a good thing? There was one lady that was having problems signing up. Just if you're using your iPad or computer, like just swap what you use. You know what the internet's like. It just has hissy fits every now and then. So yeah, I just swap it for maybe a mobile, or, you know, if you're using your computer, do it on a mobile or an iPad. And if you're using your phone or iPad, then do it on the computer. That's the best advice I can give you, because that worked for one other lady. But if that doesn't work, we can manually add you, because we don't want you to miss out on the Stampin' Retreat. That would be terrible. This would be a disaster to miss the retreat. So we're going to do the light, because I think this is quite dark to begin with, but that's okay. Actually, I think we can add a little bit of dark in here just for some texture. So just a tiny bit along the leaves, like maybe at the base of the leaf, or if there's lines, do it along the lines. So we've got the base here, or along the lines. So it just looks a bit strange when you're first doing it, but bear with it. Bear with. Okay. And then come in with your light and go to town. Woohoo! Now, this one actually is quite fine. I don't normally use the other side, but I think I will on this particular project, because then we can get right into that tip and then I can keep colouring over. So yeah, this particular one is very, very good for your other side, because you've got two sides to your blends, don't forget. Sometimes we forget the thin side, don't we? But it's really, really good for these fine I'm in Zen mode. Can you see me okay? Oh yeah, you can. So again, we're just colouring over those dark pieces that we did, just to blend them in a bit more. Whee! Look how pretty it looks. It just looks so random when you first do it. Oh, you're good, you can see. Keep checking. And also, like, once it's sort of settled down and dries, you can see like what's going on a bit better too. And this is totally the world of make-believe. Like, I don't think we've ever seen a smoky slate flower with Night of Navy leaves, but we can do whatever we want. Ah, so pretty. Oh, I'm loving this. Now we'll do a little couple of dots in here. So I'm just going dot dot dot. Ah! And we might even do a couple of little dots in here. I actually really like it with the Night of Navy dots in there. I think it really just completes it and ties it all together. Ah, so pretty. What do you think, everyone? Now let's see it cut out. Oh, that's no good, Deirdre. It's so annoying when, bills come along. I always say to people, oh, it's okay, just eat baked beans. In Australia, we have beans in a can. Maybe you can have spam for a week. Have spam for a couple of weeks, Deirdre, and come along. We don't want you to miss out. I'm going to cut this baby out. Now, I will go this way. So, let me show you here. Just make sure I'm not knocking any cameras or anything that needs to do what it needs to do. Whee! So, we've got to line it up. This is very detailed, this die. And remember, this is the die that you're not going to be able to get after the end of this month. I want it as flat as I can get. I think that one's a bit bowed as well. I wasn't naughty Kylie. I wasn't storing it last night flat. It's good to store it like inside the stamp and cut and emboss machine. And it just flattens it. So line it up as best as you can. Of course, you may not, get it perfect, but just take your time, measure twice, cut once. Just look at each side, each section to see where it's sitting. And I feel like that's a really good spot there. So I just use my tape, even up the top. Use my tape to secure that. And then bring in my top plate. Just be careful when you lay that down because it could still shift. And then, whee! Now, the thing that I love about this die, look at all the cutting I've got on here. Excuse the mess. That was from the butterflies that I was cutting out the other night for the retreat on the weekend. So this is what I mean by storing it properly. Ready? So you just pop it in and then just have it sitting inside, like in the middle. And it just stops it from bowing in the middle. It sits better. Okay, you ready to watch this die? There is no way I could fussy cut my flower like this. You ready? Dun, 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 dun. Now, if you haven't got this die, you need it in your life. And if I haven't proved it to you, my job is not done. No, that was my goal. I am an enabler, and I enable you to go and get this die stat, because there is no way I'm going to be able to be cutting in here. Look at that. Doesn't that just look spectacular? So who's going to go off and get this die now? Go and get the die. And look at this, people. It looks so good with this paper. So let's go like this, and we'll pop this back in its little, and don't forget you get all these other dies as well. Like, look at all these, just gorgeous. You could even put some vellum pieces behind, have these coming out. It's just wow, so gorgeous. But we're going to just have this beautiful one sitting here, and we'll stick that down, and I will do a little bit of zhuzhing, because flowers are textural and they have movement. I like to give it a little bit of movement just so it's not just flat, but that's totally up to you and the look that you like. But I do like when I play with flowers to sort of manipulate them a bit there. It's the only type of manipulating I like. No other manipulating is good to do. Now the other one that has a die is this one here, the Apple Harvest, and it comes with this beautiful set of dies here. This really beautiful scallop edge, which is just gorgeous. You could even do the belly band with the scallop edge underneath if you wanted to add that. And all these beautiful flowers and leaves, they're just so gorgeous. And we've even got this sentiment. I always love to having these sentiment pieces. I think that it's just so handy to have something like so. So we could even add, but I don't really want to cover up that flower. So I think I'm going to use the Thanks for Your Kindness stamp set on here. And I'm pretty sure we'll be able to sneak that in there. What do you reckon, everyone? I think we can do it. The other thing that we could do, if you're a little bit concerned about getting this straight, we can just stamp it on a piece and then just cut it on and stick it on like that. And I think we'll do that this time, just in case, you know, knowing Kylie, I'll do my belly band and then I'll make a big boo-boo right at the end. So just for the sake of the camera and for the sake that we're live, we'll do it on here. Grab all your embossing tools. So I love my Stampin' embossing tray because I can keep everything I need for my embossing in here. I've got my Versamark, which is like kind of like a glue. I've got my embossing buddy, my white powder, my brush, and my tweezers. So everything I need to emboss is all in that one little spot. The first thing we do, you enabled me last time. Oh, that's good. So we're going to really get some powder on here. So tap, tap, tap. Remember that you can wipe off that powder later with a tissue. Then we get our Versamark. So this is like a glue that enables the embossing powder to stick to it. So we get this and ink that up. And then we get our little tray and put our powder on. Like so. Ah, great. Love it. Just do another one just in case and just tap away. You want to tap but not too hard because we don't want to lose all that powder that's come on there. And then this tray is so good because you can just tip that right back in there. And if you have these pieces that are sort of sticking a bit to it, you just come in with your little brush and brush it all back in. Now there is a little cap, but I just find I don't really want to be undoing the cap every single time. And as long as I'm lying it flat, it's not going to go anywhere until I tip it to the side. So I find no cap for me. I just keep it off. But it is in the drawer. I have still got it. Just in case. I haven't lost it yet. Because the moment I want it, I'll be like, where's the cap? You lost it. Now these reversible tweezers that come in the pack of goodies are really handy because it took me a while to learn how to use them. But to open them, you actually squeeze it. And then when you let go, it's holding the paper. So it's really handy because then I'm squeezing it to open it. And now I don't have to hold my tweezers in any way, just hold it at the end. But I'm not having to put any pressure. And then this can emboss. It's just really good with embossing. Oh, good. You got the Apple Harvest, Piggy Bundle. Yeah, there's a lot of different dies that are going to be finishing up at the end of the month. So we're going to collect all our dies that we need and then we can use them for the rest of the year. Because these stamp sets, you know, it's just great to have the dies for them. And once they're gone, they're gone. They ain't coming back. So get them now while you can. So I'm going to fussy cut this. Remember, my left hand is directing everything. All my right hand is doing is snipping. So all it's doing is putting pressure on the snips. But my left hand is the one that's creating all the movement. Oh my goodness, I stinking love it. So I was thinking of embossing it here. But, you know, if you're just a little bit, like this is a good little idea, that if you're a little bit worried, oh, I'm going to wreck what I've just made, then just do the same colour and then stick it down. No one's going to know. Like, it still has a beautiful background around it, but it's just, yeah, it just gives you a little bit more control over what's happening. So I need your help here. Are we going to put it on top of the flower, like so, or next to the flower? Lock in your answers. On top or next to? Both look spectacular, but I can't decide which one I like better, so I need your help. Yeah, the piggies are so cute. I agree, Laura. And Charlotte said I need to keep practicing my heat embossing. I always tap too hard. Yeah, that's always a problem, isn't it? I end up taking half of the powder off. Carolyn's on the side. Anne's over on Facebook and she said on top. Next to for Barbara. Yeah. Oh, we've got both on top, on the side, on top, on the side. Because we could even use dimensionals if we do it on top. Next to, on top for Valra. Denise is saying on top. Carol's saying on the side. It's a close one. Who's winning? On top or on the side? On top for Alison. On top for Charlotte. Yep, on like half on, like that. Oh, this is close. I don't know if you're even helping me here. Oh, like Tammy said on the bottom. Down here. You could even do that. She's added something else to it. Hello, Carolina Evans. It's so good to see you. That's really quite funny. One thing that if we did it on the bottom here, because, you know, who said on the bottom? Tammy's added something to the mix, that if we take this off, then it's going to be still sitting here on the project, which is actually quite nice. So Nancy said on the bottom as well. Tammy is such a rebel. She is. She's adding something extra to the mix, but I like it. I think that actually looks quite good there. Has anyone changed to the bottom? Is that going to be the decider? Look at Tammy. Make 2 cards, one on top and one on the side. Thanks, Hinda. I agree. Has anyone changed their mind? Are they saying, nah, it needs to be on the bottom now? I think one thing I am sure of is that it's sort of going to be sitting to the edge here. So we can stick this down for now. I'm just going to stick that directly. Ah, thanks, Charlotte. It's true. They all look pretty, don't they? I just want to see where to put my Tombow glue. Love my green glue. Yeah, I think I've changed my mind too. I think I like it on the bottom. And it will be good when you remove it because at least there's something sort of left behind. And then this isn't empty. And if you wanted to, you could even have, you know, something behind the belly band section or the flower. That's totally up to you. But yeah, it is nice. I like that idea, Tammy. Yeah, everyone's changed the bottom. Yay! Good job, Tammy. Tammy, you're an influencer. You influenced us all. You were the rebel, but it was a great suggestion. And something I hadn't even thought about. So well done to you. The bottom it is. It's locked in. I really like it down there. And I really like this sort of sitting to the edge here. Can you believe it? What an epic card. What about a triangle? Yeah, it could even sit up there. That would be nice up there, wouldn't it? And then it sort of follows the card all the way through. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. I think we could add a little bit of Winker's Stella in here. And if you wanted to as well, you could even add a few of the embellishments. We could use some of the, oh, you know what I'm going to use? Because it's right at the end of the project and it could be, you know, the catalyst of ruining the whole thing. Because I love to live on the edge. I'm such a rebel. I'm like Tammy. I'm a rebel. I want to be like Tammy. Now, where did I put? Look at me, I'm looking for it. I know it was here. Oh no, that's Bruno did a tidy, so it's probably put away. I hadn't put anything away before, and I was like, I'm sure it's on my table here somewhere. But we do have our amazing pearlized enamel effects. If you haven't used this yet, please buy some, because I want Stampin' Up! To bring out different colours, and I want them to go crazy with this stuff because it's so good. I want them to just be like, oh my goodness, everyone loves the enamel dots. They have to stay. The enamel effects. It's like the best thing we've ever done. I'm just going to put it on a tissue and just squeeze out a little bit. Yep. So I know that it's working well. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to do a little one here in the corner. So a little dot here. See, I'm living on the edge, everyone. There's silence. And then, oh, there's the heater again. Sorry if you hear a noise. Bruno can turn that off for us. Just to sort of close in that little, you know, gap there of nothingness. Yes, yes, yes. And we can also, and make sure you pop your lid on, we can also, it'll just sit down a little bit and make sure that that's all happy. Bring in, and this is something that I always forget to use, but it's so beautiful, and it's the Wink of Stella, because it's just so pretty to have a little bit of sparkle in our life, right? Just make sure that you pump in some liquid. I think I'm almost getting to the end of my Wink of Stella. You'll see it moving here. If there's liquid to move in, it will move in this little chamber. And then we're just going to add a little bit of sparkle. Just dab it, because we did use the Night of Navy background. But check out just those little tiny additions. They don't seem anything major, but I think it really adds to the final product. Because then you've just got this beautiful looking, actually I want to do another little dot over here because I like it being odd numbers. Fibonacci. So I'm just pushing that down so that, well, it actually wouldn't matter if it's sitting behind there. I think that will add to the intrigue. I really need to shake this to get it down to come down to the bottom. I think the way I need to store it is like the way I store the Tombow glue. It needs to be stored upside down so it's always ready to go. Can someone create a 3D little holder? Oh, it actually works. That's how I need to store him. But it would be nice if it was like an actual one for this. So anyone has a 3D printer? There you go. You need one for the enamel effects now. Oh, yes. Yay! What do we think? I love that. I can't think of a time I haven't used Wink of Stella. Are you loving it? Is everyone loving it? Yes. I really love that. So we'll be very careful when we take this off, but we have to show one more time what this looks like. Oh, can you believe it, everyone? We made this together. Yay! It's so pretty. I really love that sitting down there. Nice one, Tammy. Yeah. I think we need to make lots of these because it's just so fun. And look at the back. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Carol. It is just so beautiful, isn't it? And then, of course, there's so many different things that we could add to this, like the vellum pieces, more of the die cuts. Like, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for choosing this paper because I haven't actually done a whole lot of this paper. Oh, look at what we did here. I knew it was going to happen. It's okay. We've got to take your pick tool. This is good for you all to see. I'll use this one. And all you do is you get your little spatula and you can just move it back in place. And if it doesn't work, because it's a little bit funny, what you do, and this is good that I've shown you this, is you just use your little spatula to scoop it off, right? Wipe it on the tissue, because, you know, Kylie is the master at fixing boo-boos, because I'm good at making them. So it looks terrible messy, doesn't it? But that's okay. We're going to pop it back on. So we'll put this on first and get this all happy and settled. Because, you know, knowing me, I'd fix it up and then it would do it again. Actually, I might go from, oh no, go this edge. But I'll just do that corner first, I feel. Yes. It was the risk I was willing to take to show you the inside. But now at least I can teach you that if you do use this pearlized effects and you have one of these boo-boos, then you'll take your pick tool as your bestie. Yay! See, you just scrape it off and then just cover it. No one will know. No one will know. They won't know. It's our secret. Shh. I'm very happy. I think we've collaborated on an excellent card together, everyone. Oh, that's nice. 118. So there you go. So what are our tips for you to get the dies? Make sure that you get them before the end of the month. Come along to our event on Sunday. I won't be winging it like I did today. I'm very organised, but you know, typical Kylie is chaos. So, you know, I'm still going to be me because it's just how I roll. It's what I do. Yes. No, it's really, really pretty. But thank you so, so much for coming along today. It's been an epic week. We are almost at the event. We can't believe it's only our second event together, and we can't wait to see you all in a couple of days, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. Sunday for the South Pacific and Saturday for the rest of the world. So here we go. Let's get a photo. Party time. Aw, Cynthia, you're so cute. Well, what is it? Hashtag keeping it real. That's all I'm about. That's what we can do. We can only be ourselves. I'd love to be an organised person, but, you know, chaos is in my middle name. Yay! We're going to have so much fun. And I think, you know, if anything, the key thing that I'd love all of you to take away is that just be human. It's okay. We're going to muck up. We're going to make mistakes, but there's always a way to find a solution. Now, Pam said my pearl drops never work. just practice on a silicone mat, because I think that that's the key, is some people aren't using it because they're afraid to use it right at the end. And that's why I'm glad that I could show you, use your little palette tool to lift it up. Like, knowing that you can remove it, I think gives you more confidence. But just leaving it in the one place, like maybe get even a sheet of paper like this and just really, practice. Like, you got to shake it so that it goes right down to the bottom and then stay in the one place, and then it just, has a little drop. It's really like, stay in that one place, and it's going to have like a little cone to start with, but then it settles and it just comes down and it just looks like the most amazing embellishment that you've created. And of course you're going to just use different, like I love the different sizing. So you can go, medium, small, and then you can do a large one just by pushing more out. And then you can, make it whatever size you want. Hot tip, I do use it a couple of times on the weekend, and I may happen to use it for something other than what you expect. I know, it's really, really exciting. So just tiny little dots, if you want tiny little dots, just really softly. Oh, see, that one is a bit weird, but that's okay. Then you just come in with your palette tool and go like so. Come on, little one. And then you just remove it. Wipe it on a tissue or your finger and just sort of pull it all off. And there might be a little bit of a mark there, right? You can see that there's a mark there left over. But what you would do is just go over the top, and instead of doing a small one, you do a bigger one. And then it hides it. No one's going to know that it was there. So just keep practicing, because look how many embellishments I've just made now. That would be $17 worth right there. But I just keep going. Yes, we have to think of solutions and just not panicking. And I know some people, I've heard of some people that get so panicked and they think, oh, that's it, I've made a mistake. And then they throw their project in the bin. Like, that breaks my heart. I have never, ever, ever thrown a project in the bin. Never. I'll rip it apart if I have to and reuse the whole thing. It may be a completely different card by the end of it, but I never throw anything in the bin. You saw me today. I ripped it apart. But would anyone know that now? No one will know. It's been covered. When you make a boo-boo, it does not mean the end. It means you get an opportunity to pivot, to be creative, to change something, and 9 times out of 10 for me personally, it ends up better. So I embrace mistakes. I embrace when it doesn't work the way I'm expecting it to, because maybe it's taking me in a different direction, and that's great. If I go with it, sweet. Yes, and Kathy said a really good point about the enamel dots, that once it dries, you can colour them with the blends. So you can make them whatever colour you want them to be. Thank you, Kathy. That is so clever. Yep. So thank you all for being here, and I really hope you sign up if you haven't already. Let's have a look and see how many we've got signed up during our live. Ooh! Who was our latest one that signed up? Mary, thank you, Mary. Charlene, Lorraine, Rita, Judy, Angela, Vicky, Devon. Hi, Devon. Amy, Anne, Lindy, Judy, Tanya, Sonia. Oh, so exciting. We're going to have so much fun on the weekend. So let's do a bit of a prize for those that have signed up. I'm looking at all of those that have registered already. So if you haven't registered, I'll give you a little bit of time to go register. Now, over on Facebook, Kaz has said, how do I sign up? So if you go to Online Stamping Retreat, I think I've still got the paper here. Oh, maybe Bruno's done a tidy. But it's onlinestampingretreat.com. I'll pop it. I think I can go to the Facebook page. yeah, go and sign up now because I'm going to draw a winner for someone who's going to get a refund. Yes, you heard me. A refund. You're going to get it free because you've signed up. I did try them once, Kathy, and it worked great. Yeah, I tried colouring them and you're spot on. It works fantastic. It was genius, I say, genius. So let's see all profiles. Oh no, I don't want to go to that one. Where am I going? Ah, yes, I'm going to. I'm like, what am I doing? You can tell I'm tired. I need to go to bed after this. There I am. Oh, there, Bruno's popped it up already. Bruno, you're a legend. So there you go, Kaz. It's at the top of the page. Oh, Holly's looking forward to OSR as well. I am looking forward to it. I cannot wait. Yeah, it'll be Saturday night for you, Sally. And in Australia, it's in New Zealand, it's Sunday morning. So Saturday afternoon to the evening in the US. In Europe, it's pretty late. But remember, you can get the recording. So don't stress. So let's have a little look. I'll do a refresh and we'll see if we can pull out a name. Ooh, we've had a few new ones sign up. Sonia's just snuck in there. Sue. Catherine. Woohoo! Let's draw some winners. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I love drawing prizes. I really do. It's just so much fun, isn't it? Eastern time zone for Anne. Shorter and fatter is not flattening, no. I like tall and skinny in Australia. The size of our cards are tall and skinny. So let's do a really technical one. You're going to have a beverageino. Oh, I think that's a great idea. I don't think I should drink any alcohol until all of my projects are over. Plus, we are starting at 5 o'clock in the morning, so it probably wouldn't be a good time to have a cocktail. It's like, oh no, it's not the time. All right, let's draw some winners. You got to be in it to win it. Look at me, I'm using my grid paper as the winners. Who is gonna get a prize? We might draw some tutorial bundles as well, because, you know, it's so much fun giving away free stuff, especially to those that support us. We really, really appreciate you. And especially all our early birds. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for taking the time to sign up. We really appreciate it. All right. I think we've got a few. I'll do one more refresh to see if there was any extras. Sue Sanders and Sue Heck. Here we go. Jenny. Roxanne. I love that name. But it would be really annoying that everyone sings the song to you. I would be like, oh my goodness, what is that song? I've never heard it before in my life. And they'd be like, really? What? How have you not heard of that song? And you'd be like, no, what is that song? Everyone would want to sing it to you. Like, ugh. Do something new. Get some new material. Barbara Andrews. Okay, I'll do one more refresh. Will you get in on time? This last refresh is it. Okay, go now. I love it, Kaz. I was waiting for you. I'm like, will she get in? Do it. Tanya snuck in there, Tanya Thompson, and we're off. I feel like we're at the races. Who is in? Yes. Okay, here we go, peeps. Let's draw some winners. I'm like, where's my little bin gone? I've got a bin there, but it's attached. What did I use last time? Oh, I had that cute little sandwich bag, didn't I? Yes, there it is up there. I still have it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. They're all in the bag. Woo! Here we go. One more refresh, just in case. Okay, so the first winner is going to get the online stamping retreat refunded because they've already purchased it and they're going to get it for free. Okay, here we go. Sally! Sally Minions, you've got a free tutorial, free event, free OSR, online stamping retreat. Are you doing a happy dance, Sally? Oh, I hope so. Okay, the next free online stamping retreat goes to Sue Heck. Sue, you've won a free event. Free! Okay, now we've got a couple of tutorials. We've got the beautiful Abigail Rose tutorial to give away. Ready? Abigail Rose tutorial goes to Kerry Conlon! And if Kerry already has the Abigail Rose, you can pick other ones. Should we do another tutorial giveaway? I think so. Tutorial time. And if you haven't seen our tutorials, we'll pop up the link for you to have a look at the tutorials because there's lots of gorgeous ones there. Jenny Savage. Jenny, you're getting a free tutorial. Free. Free tutorial. One more free tutorial. Feeling generous today. Yay! Sally! Hope Cassidy. Hope you're getting a free tutorial. Tutorial! And I'm going to be like really out there. I think we should do one more online stamping retreat winner. Are you ready, everyone? Ready? Ready? Steady? Here we go. Oh! It's Ferozon Zakari. You got a free online stamping retreat. I know, I remember last event she was like, I'm going to quickly sign up. Well, it paid off. You're getting it for free, girlfriend. Boom. So there you go. That was a lot of fun. I've written them all down exactly what you're getting. So for those that won the retreat, I'll be refunding you today for doing that. And Hope, Jenny and Kerry, if you can message us, we will give you the link for your free tutorial. And if you already have Abigail Rose, or if you want another one, totally up to you. If you prefer something different, you can go over and have a look at our tutorial bundles. I'll pop up the link for our tutorial bundles, and anyone in the world is welcome to go and get one of those. Tutorial bundle. There you go. And I'll do it over on Facebook as well. On the Facebook. Somehow I was signed in as the online stamping retreat. I don't know how that happened. Oh, sometimes Facebook, it just makes me go, what is happening here? What am I doing? I don't understand what it's doing. And there's been lots of changes lately too. So here's the tutorial link over on Facebook. So thank you so much, everyone. So good to see you all. Big, big hugs. Thank you for your support. And we look forward to having a lot of fun at 7.5 hours of fun on the weekend. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I don't know how I'm going to sleep before the event. It's like I really need to get some really good sleep because I'm just so excited. So big hugs. Thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful day. I hope you get some crafting done. And I hope you try this amazing card because it was a lot of fun to make. Look how gorgeous that is. So pretty. So see you on the weekend. If not, what are you doing? Go sign up. Bye everyone. Big hugs. Hugs. Yay. Happy Beveragino. I think I might go have a Beveragino actually. Have another coffee. Bye. See you soon. Hope to see you on the weekend. If not, you lose. Wow. Go do it. Eat